Can I do it? Nope. So I believe there's some good stuff in here. Let's see, there's some 10 mil rounds, some fusion cells, some 308, some wonder glue and turpentine, and over here, some crap, 38 rounds. Damn. But I will take these.
You've been to Good Neighbor? Bring 'em all. Rules and chemicals, all.
Oh, wow, you're tall.
And I'll take the beer too. Let's try to get some more money. Normally, you will never see me sell Nuka-Cola, Nuka-Cola Cherry, or Nuka-Cola Quantum. But these will respawn every 30 in-game days. So I'm gonna make a pile of stuff to sell while I'm giving you those spoilers I promised. Well, a pile of stuff to steal, really. I'm gonna sell some of this stuff, steal some of it. Well, sell some of this stuff, keep some of it. But I'm gonna steal all of it. But while I'm giving you those spoilers. Okay, so the first one that I know of, the Vault-Tec rep,
I hear you've been asking questions around town.
that I haven't been asking questions around town, that you meet in the very beginning of the game, in the pre-war part of the game, that you tell him your name and then you pick your stats and all that. He gets ghoulified. You meet him in Good Neighbor. I won't tell you where, you know, unless you really want to. You can ask me down in the comments, and if enough people like your request, or if enough people make the same request, I'll tell you exactly where to find these guys. But if not, then, you know, I'm not going to, because not everybody wants spoilers. If you don't want a spoiler, don't listen. But I believe, I don't even know what kind of a store he runs, but I believe that once you find him, first you have to find him. I think you have to go through speech checks. I'm not 100% on that, but I do know that once you find him, you get the option to send him back to Sanctuary. And then whenever you send him back to Sanctuary,
Hey, Klepto. Nice try.
see what I mean? Okay. See, I held down the A button, but it didn't want to let me pick it up. I think the game knew what I was doing. But once you send him back to Sanctuary, then you're supposed to be able to send him to any of your settlements, colonies, whatever you want to call it. Let me pick it up that time, though. And then you can tell him to run a general store. I think it's the general store. I know it's one of the stores, but I believe it's the general store. But anyways, if you do, and you tell him to run the level 3 store of whatever store it's supposed to be, then
But Dad says not to talk to strangers.
Never mind me, just walking by.
Some crazy bird living in it. Or something.
Then he will technically make that general store that's level 3 into a level 4 general store. And that's what your legendary sellers are. That's what they do. I don't know what they're actually called. I just call them the sellers because I can't think of the right name right now. There's another one in Vault 81. I kind of have to give you the exact location for that one. His wife is also a legendary seller, but she doesn't come with you. But I call her legendary seller because if you're playing the game and you make it to Vault 81, you're probably going to buy the Overseer's Protector, I think is what it's called. I think it's called the Overseer's Protector. Or Authority or something like that. But it's a combat rifle that is just like the big boy that I showed you guys earlier, where it shoots 2 projectiles for every single shot. You turn that into an automatic
They've been asking questions around town.
and you're gonna burn through a lot of ammunition very quickly. But anyways, a combat rifle by itself does a lot of damage for a weapon that once you get in the early mid levels is going to be pretty common. And the further you get in the game, the more common it's going to become very quickly. And it's one of the guns that I feel like every single mod variant that you can do to it really is worth doing. You know, depending on the situation, but, you know, like an automatic combat rifle, it's going to be great for crowd control. But at the same time, you come up against a super mutant behemoth, and it's going to be great against that too. But anyways, that's just a personal opinion. But the
Keep an eye on that.
the Overseer's Guardian, that's what it's called.
Getting bad.
He ain't biting anybody unless somebody tries to pick a fight with me. But anyways, her husband is cheating on him, and you hear about it all over the vault with the local gossip, and then you get the opportunity to go through a few persuasion checks and convince her to leave him. And if you convince her to leave him, then you can convince him
You keep looking at me like that.
to
I start thinking you're a sinner.
Oh, wow. You're tall.
you can convince him to go to one of your settlements, and then you can make him a legendary weapons dealer, which is just like it is with the all of the legendary dealers. They're going to be, you take a level 3 shop, you put them on it, and then it becomes a level 4 shop. But it's a hidden stat, so whenever you put one of the legendary dealers on the appropriate shop and it still says it's a level 3, don't flip out. But anyways, now here's the bugs, because I forgot the bug with the Vault-Tec rep. The bug with the Vault-Tec rep is that he goes to Sanctuary. He'll go to other places too. But when you can tell him to go to other places too whenever you have to. You have to tell him, you know, well, what if I put you to work? And then he says, okay, and then you get the little thingy and it says, where do you want to send him? and you can send them to any one of your settlements. Well, you're supposed to be able to, but for some reason with me, whenever I try to send people to settlements, half of them are grayed out, and it's random which ones are grayed out, which really makes things difficult.
Hey,
That's another bug.
clear there? I'm
But
busy. You sell any ointment? I got rid of this itch.
it didn't want to respond. There it goes. But anyways, whenever you try to send him to another place so that you can assign him to the appropriate store, then he gets offended as if you say never mind in that in the option where you're saying you want to be put to work, then you get something else and then you can say never mind. If you do that, he gets very offended. Because, you know, you got his hopes up and then you let him down. I'd get offended too. But then the overseer's guardian seller's husband. You succeed in the speech checks. And she he acts as though you failed this even though you passed it.
I swear.
Let's see. Oh, Sheffield. Sheffield is actually here. He wants you to give him a Nuka-Cola. You give him a Nuka-Cola, and he'll go to one of your settlements, and he'll become one of your settlers. You get him on... I actually don't know for sure what store it is, because I never put him on a level 3. But I did put him on a level 2 armor store. And a level 2 armor store is just going to have a mix of armors based on what you can find and a small amount of what you can't find based on your level. You know, you're not going to find combat level at level 6. You're not going to find, really going to find that much metal armor at level 6. If any at all. It screwed up again. Come on! But anyway, whenever him on a level 2 armor store, he had nothing but armor that was stronger than it should have been and was heavily modded out. And it was always different mods, but it was always leather armor, which makes it suspicious that he is a he's one of the store people. But I haven't seen him on any of the lists store person. I think that when time comes that I have the perks to be building stores, level 3 stores, I'm going to build a level 3 armor store, and I'm going to send him to work at that level 3 armor store, and I'm going to see what happens. Speaking of stores, if you're going to go the settlement building route, I just lost it. Oh, there it is. Fucking Enclave I bought. I really don't know if it's the Enclave because the Enclave doesn't show up Fallout 4, but I'm assuming it is. If it's not, don't get on to me in the comments. Not cool. I would like to shoot it. I really would, but it never actually leaves Diamond City. Which makes me wonder if it's actually a Diamond City item. Like it works for security or something. Sense, because it's always watching